Sorry, guys. Hi, guys. Puddin here with a game in my Yamato.
General quarters.
Now, I chose this one because I do really well as far as damage goes and supporting the team. The other reason I chose this replay is because prior to this game, I was playing in my Montana, and I was just playing on very passive teams. Only 3 or 4 of us were showing any sort of aggression. All the games were domination, and it kind of put me in a bad mindset. And that's why I chose this one, because it kind of shows you some of the decisions that I make, because I have all those past games in my mind fresh that nobody's going to come up support me, nobody's going to do anything to help the team, and that's really not talked about a lot when you see a lot of these videos. Is your past games kind of do matter up to the battle that you work up to, because you just can't get out of that mindset sometimes that it's a bad day and I'm just going to be on the bad teams.
Enemy force sighted on the horizon.
Sometimes you just got to persevere through it to get on a solid team. Now, when I started this match, I'm like, I'm going to go help C, but I'm not going to be the guy first to push through it. I'm just going to go support it. If people want to push through it, I'll help to push, but I will not be the first guy. The one thing this team does that I don't agree with is they leave the A side wide open. I know this is a standard game of not domination, but if you play enough, you understand where A cap, B cap, C cap, and D cap are. Take my first shots off on the North Carolina. I really wanted to hit that Prince Eugen, but couldn't get a read with him behind the island. Now, as you can see, we have one battleship going to the A side. Most of the enemy team looks like they're going in that direction. Getting my second shots lined up on the Des Moines here. Gonna take it. The Mountain needs a couple of these rounds. He disappears. Spoiler, I don't do very much. Now, that Iowa over by A side should have realized he has no support, and he never should have played as aggressive as he did. Now, I cut my speed because I did want to get a shot off on his Prince Eugen, and I did notice it looked like he was going a little bit slow. And as you can see, our Iowa was the victim to the Shimmy Torps. And boom, 2 Citadels, devastating strike, goodbye premium cruiser. Now, like I was saying earlier, my mindset was a little bit of, I'm not going to be the first guy going to push through, but I will push through and help whoever does. I can see the guys that spawned over at A are taking up more of a defensive position around the cap, while the guys who spawn close to the C and D side are really kind of making a push through C. And there's not a lot of opposition, and they're just going to go for it, which I really like. I always like playing more aggressive than a passive game. See that the Iowa was backing up, and I'm really aiming to try to knock out his guns more than I am trying to lowball him. But I did notice that my rear turret was in play. I do not want to offer an Iowa any sort of side at this range. I also noticed that I'm starting to close the gap too much to where my front 2 turrets will not be in play. It will only be one of them. So I cut my speed down to 1/4. Sorry there, guys, again. But I'm still more or less just trying to take out one of his front 2 guns more than I am trying to low pen him, because he is reversing a little bit, and I wanted to make sure that he couldn't kill the second battleship that was up there with us. Not getting any impressive numbers as far as damage-wise, but it's still solid damage.
Fire alarm!
At this point, I noticed the British cruiser. I know he has, I believe, 10-kilometer torpedoes, so I cut my speed down to half. Notice he's turning. Took my shot just a little bit too early, but still, 12,000 is 12,000. I remained angled a little bit just so my secondaries can come into play. Now, I did on my Yamato captain get rid of manual fire secondary control for concealment because German battleships have just spoiled me with their secondaries and make these things feel so inadequate.
Torpedoes direct front.
Notice this torpedoes get another 7,000 on him. And I have to turn into these torpedoes to eat as few as I possibly can. I know I was going to eat at least one, but I didn't want to eat any more.
Hull breach. We're taking on water
Instantly
quickly.
call out damage control and repair party. You get that health going back again. Notice the Montana's coming at me at a little bit of an angle. But what I didn't know is that he was still kind of turning, and those were just rust shots. Now, this is what I was saying about earlier about a lot of teams leaving me out what I would consider high and dry is what I am doing to this Des Moines. I actually reversed the engine because of the destroyer in play
Direct front.
as I take another shot on the Montana and get that lovely low pen Citadel on his bow. But I'm actually reversing because I was thinking that maybe the destroyer dropped torps on me, and I'm leaving the Baltimore out high and dry. Normally I probably would have tried to back this guy up by going half speed or even full steam ahead, but at this point I know the DD's still out there. I only saw one set of his torps, so I'm only going half speed. I do have my secondaries trained on the Montana, just to help out their accuracy a little bit. Notice he's turning, but this is what I'm saying about I'm too close to use both of my turrets. I believe I cut my speed back down to a quarter again just to get some sort of distance. See the DD, know that these turrets can turn relatively quick enough. The guy with the WD-40 ever does his job to where I can get that second turret to get a shot on him, switch my secondaries to shoot at him, and as I take my shot at the Montana, he dives to our torpedoes. Now I only see 4 of these torps from the Fletcher, so I suspect the Montana actually ate one of them for me, and its corpse is actually doing me a favor and ate a couple more. Get nailed by flooding. Notice the Des Moines, I believe it is, behind me, was kind of keeping pace, so at this point I wanted to start getting up in front because this guy's actually offering really good support. I figured the cruiser and the torpedoes could take care of the sow that is to the north of me, while I'm turning my guns and turning my guns to our cap. Now these gentlemen that defended the cap are the real heroes of this battle. They did an excellent job doing that, and I think by us pushing onto their cap might have helped them out because, you know, they had to worry about their cap while we were also worried about our cap. See the Des Moines take my shot and do 11,000 damage. Couldn't get a Citadel, but still very nice penetrating strike. And I do not want to offer this guy a nice big fat broadside, so I angled just a little bit to keep all of my secondaries in play, but I kind of want to keep his attention on me and not the destroyer, which is why I didn't offer more of a harsh angle. that our destroyer could come out right out in front, nail this guy, and survive. Now, while that was going on, the Zao managed to take out the cruiser and the Tirpitz. I don't know why the Tirpitz would ever close range to the Zao. And I know with the way that these turrets turn, that it would be much faster for me to turn my ship than to wait for these turrets to turn. So I'm going to go bowing against this guy because I did notice he dropped torps against the Tirpitz, and I don't know if he dropped his other side, the side that is showing me. Now, unfortunately, this guy closes the range with me. I cut my speed to quarter because I don't want to get close to give me zero room to maneuver for torpedoes that could potentially be coming. Take my shot, get Confederate, get a high caliber, but I'm waiting for this guy to go give me a little bit more side before I take my second shot. And I can't believe I only do 2,000 with the second one. Gonna dodge the first side easily. Unfortunately, I ate 2 torps on the second. Sorry guys, but luckily with the Des Moines here, and I believe it was the Gehring,
Problem solved, sir.
you know, just pumping round after round into him, managed to kill him. Now, I want to stay on cap for as long as I possibly can, because just to help these guys. But I do know I'm going to be the one spotted before either one of these two guys, so if I have to, I will push the Montana for him to stay away from cap. Kind of see how he's coming, because I wanted to get a first cheeky little shot off before he could see me on him. Gotta get the heal up. I have to complete my turn because I do not want to show this gentleman any side. And it's at this point I cut to quarter speed because I just need to slow down a little bit. Cut down half, and I will cut down to actually quarter just to stay on cap. Just so he shoots me and nobody else, and it's just resetting me and not the other guys. This guy's offering me still somewhat of a nice side, considering that this is a Yamato, and I get a nice 12,000 damage. Now, I am trying to low pen him, but I failed to see he was coming in at me, and I aimed just a little bit too high. Now, this guy actually turns away from me, like he's going to want to do a running away engagement, and 15,000. But what this guy should have done was he should have came bow in onto me, onto cap. My turrets cannot keep up with a Montana going full speed at... He's got to get to the cap just to deal with the cruiser and the DD anyways. As I take another shot onto him, and boom, there's high caliber, 2 Citadels. And guys, that is going to be the last real shots that I take. I go to rush him. I believe I go to cut my speed. But with that, guys, we cap it out. And now we're going to look at the post-battle results. 214k damage. Confederate Dreadnought. Devastating strike. High caliber. 1 ship sent to the bottom of the sea. With a base experience of 2,500. Easily number 1 on the team. Walking away money is 302k, which is extremely well for a tier 10. 194 damage coming through main batteries, 11 through secondaries, and 8 through fires caused by my secondary shells. Spider and me will be on Stuntman's podcast, What the Ship, this Monday. We are doing the recording today. You guys should really check it out. Link to Stuntman's channel will be in the description below. Just want to say again, really do appreciate all the support you guys give us. Love the replays that you guys do send us. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and I hope you all have a great day.